Hey guys, it's Alex Z. Just came back from New Orleans. I don't know if you guys can see this awesome t-shirt. Gotta run to the dentist right now. But guys, real quick, something huge is about to happen. I don't know if you guys been sitting on the fence or sleeping under the rock. We just came back from New Orleans with huge announcements. It's about to go live next week. And I don't know if you guys watched the video from David Wood or you happen to watch the video from Lawrence Tam you're about to watch. But really pay attention. Turn off your Skype, turn off your Facebook, turn off your phone, turn off your any distractions, and watch the video for the next 15 minutes. And also watch the video, do yourself a favor, and watch the video in the back office of Empower from David Wood. The new packages and the new enhancement to the comp plan is gonna make a lot of my teammates rich if you take action right now. You know how I always say it's always best to be at the right time at the right place. Well, guess what? You're in the right time and the right place, guys. We're about to change the whole game completely upside down. So let me go to the dentist. Let me edit this video, and we're about to change the world, guys. Let me hop in the car and let me run to the dentist and cut this video for you so you can watch the video from Lawrence Tam. And take massive action, guys. I'm so freaking pumped up and excited for you. This is crazy, absolutely crazy what we're about to do with Empower. So guys, I can hardly contain myself. I don't know if you can tell. Watch the video from Lawrence Tam. There's probably going to be a link below the video, or I'm going to slice it together so you can watch it right now. All right? So take massive action on this stuff, and your bank account is going to thank you for it. With that, guys, I'll see you guys on the next video, but take massive action on this. Don't miss this. Don't miss it, guys.
Hey guys, this is Lawrence Tam, and came back from a crazy New Orleans event. I just want to speak to you. Maybe you're my team, maybe you're on my list, and you're always looking at what is Lawrence up to today. And I really had an epiphany. Like I kind of woke up and I was thinking about something, and how the industry has evolved since I've come into it, just in my limited time span since 2007. I joined in 2007 through traditional network marketing, doing home parties, friends and family, doing the Frank method, friends, relatives, associates, neighbors, kids, parents. I was able to sponsor, I think, like 6 people in a whole year, and then I burned my list out, right? And then that was the evolution of going to the internet and learning how to sponsor online. I believe online I sponsored over 2,500 people, 2,500 people. So it's a drastic change, and that's where I made my first million. But then, I was really thinking, income disclaimer, that's, it's my personal results and it's not guaranteed that you will. It's just, I want to explain to you the story of going from a traditional, like, friends and family, and is it wrong, is it right, does it work? Of course it works, right? But it really wasn't for me. But then some of the, both of these types of models, one being more traditionally offline with friends, one being more online with, traditional marketing, direct sales, direct marketing. Where and how was I able to produce so much on the internet was because of what I was learning through traditional means of network marketing. See, I actually built a network marketing company. In 4 months, I had 1,000 customers and 1,000 promoters, all doing it traditionally, but not in the traditional sense. And I wasn't doing home parties. No one's ever stepped into my house to do a home party for that company. And how did I do it? I followed certain plans, principles, merging what the internet taught me how to do, but then also using traditional methods of network marketing and offline, I brought that online. And so it's kind of like a hybrid. And I'm like, well, how can I help, clients of mine or people who are in the industries, even not even my team, how can we help the industry a little bit better? How do we grow more individuals who can work from home? And here's what I was coming up with. Some of the, similarities and things that I've run into, the problems and success stories. So check this out. So on the internet, there's a high stress in personal recruiting. You're supposed to do numbers, right? So if you really want to make a lot of money, you sponsor a lot of people. Now, is a lot of people 3? No. So in my current business with Empower Network, I think I just crossed 1,010. 1010. So it's kind of an interesting number. 1,010 people have personally used my link in the last 2 years, and for the first year I was doing it part-time, so just using it on the internet, right? Now, some of that was through personal recruiting, through friends, not so much family, but friends that I knew in the industry that I put in. But I don't know 1,000 people, right? But they know me, and they were able to come in, and that's kind of how I built my business. But there's a lot of people who've put in over 1,000 people, yet I've made more money with my business, especially with Empower. And a lot of it comes down to because I've applied traditional network marketing to it, and that's been the real kicker, and the real success of my business was because I kind of merged the two. Now, with the internet, you want to build really wide. You're looking for, the 5 or 10% go-getter that you can work with personally that used your link, and then you keep building, right? But these types of models generally, really are successful if you know how to push traffic and push numbers. 1% of the industry knows how to do that, right? And that's something I personally know how to do. 1,000 members, but on average, each member, when they come in for $25, I generally make $1,038. Say a little over $1,000. So as long as I keep putting in new members, I'll make generally about $1,000, because the way our funnels are set up, the way our continuities are set up, and the way our upsells are set up. This is very unique to internet marketing, because the upsells in a traditional method, there's not so much upsell, there's more of like a downsell of like building depth, right? But that's what internet marketing generally doesn't have. It doesn't have much depth, because there's no real incentive to work in depth when the majority of your money comes from personal sponsoring or personal customer sales, right? Sell a product for $1,000, you make $800. That's kind of like where the majority of the money comes from on this side. But there's something coming down the pipe for Empower that we can merge this side. And this is something we've been asking for. This is something that we've been trying to refine through the leadership of Empower, and it's coming. So check this out. So in network marketing, it's more defined on helping others, because most network marketers who make a lot of money, they don't sponsor, say, more than 50. Like they'll sponsor 12 or 15 or 30, maybe like 2 a month max, right? I mean, the only people I know who do a lot of personal signups are people who are hybrids, people who use the internet. But if you're traditional, it's very hard for the traditional network marketer to sponsor more than 100 people from their friends and families and associates. So the way they build in depth. They build down below. They'll get a person and then work with that person and then go through their list and build in depth. That's a really a good benefit for those joining a network marketing model. But then again, it's not for those who can't drive a good relationship, or if their sphere of influence isn't really strong, or maybe themselves they're not influential, right? And so the MLM model, they actually build in depth. They go all the way down because they don't go wide, they go deep. This, if you understand this, how do we merge the two? Check this out. Hey Lawrence, okay, this is the breakdown of what is coming. The Empower corporate is going to, Wood's going to explain it in his way and be definitive. But this is my vision of how I'm going to actually utilize this type of method. So normally, what happens is in Empower, you pass up per product. We don't pass people, we pass product sales. You actually pass up your 2, 4, 6, and then every 5th. Okay? So that's how it's normally is. So when someone comes into the business, if they sponsor or bring in one customer, they're about broken even at that point, right? Pretty close. So that's the 2, 4, 6. Now there's a change that we have calculated that by flipping the order, it's the same payout, right? But it's just a different order. It actually will be close to doubling your income as long as you're producing, right? Now, if you do nothing, 0 times anything is still 0. But anything times anything, there's a factor, and we've been getting close to almost 2 times what that is. And we'll go into the similar details, but I want to drive home, how we bring home network, traditional, friends and family to internet marketing. If we merge those two, check out what can happen, okay? So, normally 2, 4, and 6. We are gonna be going into something called a 1, 3, 5, and then every fifth. Now, if you look at this, it's the same. I mean, it's just every other, it's like 50% up until you hit your 6th person, and then it goes to every 5th, right? Why does this significantly change someone's income? And a lot of it comes down to the psychology of a producer and why they would want to help their downline. See, remember, if you're in internet marketing, you sponsor 1,000 people, do you really want to help 1,000 people? You do, but you can't do 1,000 phone calls in a day. Now, if you're in network marketing, you only sponsor 10, you could literally call all 10 people every single day, not a problem. But the problem is you need to drive in depth. Well, when you do 1,000, inside the standard Empower Network method way, there was only an incentive to work with someone after their 2nd sale. Like they would have to get 2 sales, and on their 2nd sale, then you're like, oh, that 2nd sale came up to me, cool, I'll work with that person, because it's called your power line, right? But there was a magic number we had looked at, and this number I want you to chew on is 1.7. Now, Empower might actually give you the exact one, but this is for my internal team and clients on what this is. 1.7. The average person who comes into Empower, right? Some people are only coming as customers. Some people have no experience at all. But the average person brings in about 1.7 customers into the funnel, into the systems. That's customers, right? Now, I've brought in 1,010. Now, am I 1,000 times better than the average person? Like, no. But number 1, I'm dedicated to learning this. Number 2, I'm always thinking about internet marketing. Number 3, I'm really hungry. Like, I'm really hungry to make this work. Some people are like, I'm just here to just, hang out maybe. And that kind of brings that number down, right? So 1.7 is the magic number. That means the average person only brings in 1.7 people. That means if the average was 1.7, that means in this pay plan, the average person will not give their sponsor a pass up. Because of that, it kind of breaks what normally would have happened where a sponsor comes in and helps their downline in growing, because they don't really get paid to help in depth. They get paid more if they build in width. Now, how we describe internet marketing. Now, because this is the magic number, all right? Now, Wood will have the exact number, or maybe he won't or will reveal it. My hunch is because of that, if you were to calculate, if you were to flip the pass ups from 135, you're starting to get a pass up. Now, here's what happens. Normally, your first customer sale will go to you, right? And then people are like, yes, I broke even. Is that really the goal? Let's think about this. Is your goal to break even or to make money, right? Is it to build a thriving business or is it to make money? And so I suggest to you is if your goal is only to make your money back, you're not here to make money in a business. You're here to really just waste your time. Like seriously, you're just here to waste your time. Don't even bother retailing the product. Just use the product to promote any business you want, or promote your real estate office, or promote your own products. Don't even sell the product if your only intention is to sell one. Now, if you come in as an affiliate of Empower Network and your goal is to make $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 in a year, you're never going to do that with one sale. So that one sale is insignificant. I'm talking to the people who are looking to make their $5,000, $10,000 a month. It takes more than one sale, but here's the kicker. You do not have to do 1,000 sales to make $1 million. You don't? No. Check this out. So here's what happens. With the 135, that first sale, it's a leg. Think of it as a leg. Down the pipe, that first sale goes up to your sponsor. Okay, so whoever your sponsor is, okay? So here you are, and normally it would go to you, but now it goes to your sponsor. This sponsor gets your first customer sale, and incentivizes them to go in and work with you. Before, remember the average 1.7, before they're waiting for your second sale to start working for you because they don't really know what you're doing. Are you here just as a customer? Then, cool, here you go. Here's the products. be on your way. It's like selling McDonald's hamburgers, be on your way. Why would the manager come out and talk to you and see how you feel and how your kids were, and helping you, eat a better life with the dollar menu at McDonald's? It doesn't make sense. They won't come out until you have your second sale. So it's someone that they can play with, that they can mentor and grow their team in depth. But because the average person doesn't bring in 2 people, this sponsor doesn't come out and spend time with you and your team member. But with the flip of the 1, 3, 5, this first person goes up to your sponsor. Your sponsor goes, hey, you just made me $46.25. Now, why do I say $46.25? If you were to sell the core products, right? Viral blogging system, which is $25, Inner Circle, which is $100. These are the only ones that are every month. Then you go into the Costa Rica Intensive, which is $500, 15K, which is $1,000, and then the Masters, which is a $3,500 product that pays $3,000. Now, network marketing, you sell something for $1,000, you probably make $100, right? You make like 10%. In the internet marketing, we are able to sell something for like $5,000, and you make close to $46.25. Give or take, there's credit card fees, right? Outside the credit card fees, you're making on average, I like to say on average, $46.25. On average, $46.25 for one customer sale. This is something that network marketing teams or upsells, they don't have that ability. There's too much overhead. They have to pay the company, they gotta pay overrides. In Empower, you don't have that. So what you do is you basically make it like you own the product, $46.25. So I'm gonna focus on all-in sales at a $46.25 commissioned to you. So this first one right here, this very first one, John, you brought in, goes to your sponsor. Now your sponsor goes, awesome, I'm gonna grab both you guys and do a training to help you guys, because now John is actually tied to your sponsor. Is that a bad thing? It's actually a good thing. Why? Now your sponsor, now you and your sponsor can train John. And now what happens is this. John goes, wow, that's awesome. I just spent $46.25. I'm learning internet marketing. I'm learning about capture pages and paid traffic. I get this ad copy. I get the split testing and speed blogging. I get it all. Cool. I brought in my first person, Jeff. Now, who does Jeff go to? Jeff is John's first person. One. Jeff actually goes to your sponsor. So your sponsor's like, dang, this is a really good deal. The person I brought in actually brought in John, who brought in Jeff, but they both paid your sponsor. Now you're thinking, how is that good for me? It's good because they're driving your team, and your sponsor will want to build that team, and you don't even have to. Now, flip side, actually, before we go to flip side, it just goes all the way down. John, who brings Jeff, who brings Joe, who brings Jess. It's just one person who brings in one guest. They can leverage your sponsor to sell. You bring in a person and they just keep going up. Now you're thinking, well, how do I make money? Remember, you only brought in one person. You personally brought in one person, one customer, which then triggered one customer, which triggered one customer, which triggered one customer, which makes your sponsor so dang happy. They're on fire. They're gonna help build that leg out. But then you're thinking, well, how do I get paid? And this is where it gets nutty. See, your sponsor's gonna take care of your leg and drive straight down, and they're only requiring that they bring in 1 to 2 people, right? Initially. And I would say target 2. Now, why do I say 2? If you bring in 2, the first one will go to your sponsor, the second one will go to you. Just like this, you. Number 1, you brought in John. Number 2, you brought in Beth, okay? Now, Beth is tied to you. You make $46.25 from Beth. Now think about this. This whole thing you were thinking, oh, that's not a good deal for myself. Now it is. See, by this time, you're building a team. You're seeing how it's being done. Your sponsor's showing you hangouts. You're getting it. You're figuring it out. You're understanding it. Then your cycle starts. Your second person was Beth, but her first person is Ben. Ben's first person is Bob. Bob's first person is Betty. It's just one. You make $46.25, $46.25, $46.25, $46.25. You're literally making like 20 grand on 4 customers, but you brought in one person named Beth. Bringing in one. How hard is that? See, we're playing with the numbers here. The numbers being the average person only brings in 1.7 people. In network marketing, in a lifetime, I heard the average person brings in 2.2 people in a lifetime. Now, Empower's only been in business for about 2 years, so this will go up. But for right now, it's about 1.7. You have the ability to build a leg. You can build a leg of just people bringing in one person. That's how you get paid, and you get incentivized to help them build their second leg. See, in internet marketing, especially in Empower, a lot of people bring in like 500 people, but they don't make a lot of money. I mean, let's put it back. A lot of money is being like, they haven't made 500,000 yet. You know, if you bring in 500 people, you probably made 300,000, not 500,000 or a million. Like, now, if you're a network marketer, you're like, who, how, what? So, but we're taking this in bite-sized chunks. Literally, with this game plan, you can bring in 2 customers and just work all the way down. That's it. Bring in 2 customers and work all the way down. What this does is, this allows you to pay your sponsor and pay for their time to come in and work in your organization. In internet marketing, mostly, there is no work in your teams. They're like, you sell it and you're out of here. Normally, I don't do that, but it's very hard to not do that because you only get paid on your second person, but the average person only makes 1.7 sales, you know, so far. But now, you're starting to get this. You're starting to get your full leg, and it's not a binary. It kind of looks like one, but it's not. But if you start bringing 2 people and telling people, bring 2 people, close both, you're actually closing for your team members. Now, are you ready to close? It depends if you're ready for that. But that's why you work with your sponsor. Now, how to get your attention sponsor? You drive in depth all the way down, only bringing in 1. Your 1 qualifies you basically for your sponsor's time, versus like a lot of times people try to work with people before they even produce, and they'll work with them for ages because you're not knowing how serious they are, and they're thinking, I need to sponsor like 200 people to make good money in Empower or internet marketing. In this case, I'm showing you 2 people who bring in 2 valid prospects. You start closing, bam, bam. This is how a lot of binaries are built, right? They're just saying a strong left and a strong right, and then they go in depth all the way down. They go in depth all the way down. How cool is that you can bring in 2 people and start making $5,000 from people who are like 6 levels deep? And see, in internet marketing, there's no real depth. It's just really wide. This is your ability to go all the way down. All the way down. All the way down. Now, digest this, and I'm about to pop your top because I'm about to blow your mind on something we're implementing in Empower. So you see this, right? You bring in a person, you work with them, you work as a team, and you continue to work down. Now your sponsor has a strong initiative and incentive to work all the way down. Now, just to put if you've ever seen the movie Sylvester Stallone, Over the Top, when he's like arm wrestling, he's like over the top. Now take all of that. When someone comes in, a customer comes in, they have 72 hours to upgrade. And this is where we take our knowledge of internet marketing and just ratchet it up. See, network marketers, they generally have like a, hit a certain rank within 30 days, you get a bonus. It's a weenie bonus, right? You get a bonus of $100. Woo, what the heck? Why even? You know what I mean? Or their bonus is like, ooh, you do this in 30 days and you get to break even. We're in business not to break even. We're in the business to break our bank. Our bank goes, oh, that's a lot of money. Congratulations. Do you want a car? They want to loan. They want to take that money back so they can loan it back to you, right? You need to have it where your spouse goes, that's a lot of money coming in. And that's where we're at. And this is the kicker. This is what's going to seal everything in. As you make a sale, say this is your first sale. That's your first sale. Your sponsor then has the burning desire, because this is your first person, to help them because they get paid. And in 72 hours, there is a price drop, price drop, only for 72 hours. Only, it's kind of like when you have like, you know, Black Friday and they're like, doors open at 5 a.m. and it's these deals are only available up until noon today. So people are like in waves rushing up, trying to just buy everything they can because they know once after the time expires, those deals are no longer there. We're giving people the all-in package at a significant discount if they purchase it within 72 hours. So now, let's say you're busy, let's say you're at work, you have your sponsor who has a strong initiative to come in here and help with that close and show why they need these products. If they're building a traditional business like real estate or maybe car dealership, they have a strong initiative to help them get the information they need to learn about internet marketing, list building, and driving traffic. But what happens to your second one? That's when yours kicks in. Same thing, 72 hours. So all of this gets compressed versus like, hey, why don't you purchase that product that can save your life and save your business whenever you want? Boom, 72 hours, you're driving a leg, you're gonna have help from your sponsor, and you know what? If your sponsor isn't ready yet to help, you're gonna have people above who want you active, who want to help you, and because of the numbers play out, we have been looking at, because of the 1.7, this type of number, that 1.7 with a 72-hour window, with the ability to having your sponsor treat their team more like a traditional business versus like internet marketing where you have to, you know, you only sponsor 3 people. They want to drive in depth now. Now we can get internet marketers who can get on a hangout, 15, 30 minutes, and really just get in there and help their teams. Because of this 1.7, I'm anticipating a minimum of a 2x income spike. And those 2x is only valid, 2x is only valid for those who are producing anything. Any type of result, you would probably get 2 times the result. If you're producing 0 times anything is 0, right? Or 2x times 1, it's still just that number. You want to get more than just one client, one customer. If you're in the business to just break even, go try something else. Go build a sandwich shop. Go see if you can sell enough sandwiches just to pay off that loan or that rent. No one gets into business just to break even. Get that out of your mind because we're here to make profit. We're here to make money. We're here to, you know, build a business with paid traffic, with social networking, with their, you know, with our networks, you know, with ad copy, with blogging. You don't build it to break even. You build it to explode your bank account, to make your first $1 million in our industry, right? You're first. And the key is, your first one will kick in at a 72-hour upgrade window, and then once you get your second customer sale, see, you've made your sponsor so much money, they will continue helping you because you are a leader, you're the next up-and-comer, you are the person who will get your black lanyard or maybe your red lanyard for top 200, or maybe you getting on stage and saying, hey, my name is, you know, Joe Smith, and in 2014 I made $650,000. Now, income disclaimer, results are not typical, but when you have people on your team making $50,000, $250,000, $500,000 like I have, it comes from working in depth, but now you have an incentive to do so. So if you have any questions, hit me up. I'm on Facebook. Check this out, share this with your team. The 2 major things that I just think it's gonna blow away everything. If you thought you were making money in Empower or even in any business, this type of customer sale and retention will be through the freaking, like ridiculous through the roof because of this. And now, let's say you love home parties. If every person you bring in, you told them to bring 1 guest, do you know what kind of payday you would have? So I'm gonna end it with this, okay? Just think about this, Let's say you love home parties, and this is you. All right, this is you, and you know this is your second sale, right? You know this is your second sale because you've already had your first sale and your sponsor's working on that leg. This is your second sale. If you were to bring in 1 person to come and network with you, maybe do a presentation at your house, because you love presentations now, you would show them your computer at your house, okay? Make sure every person brings in 1 guest, minimum. So you invite 3 people. You personally invite 3 people to your house. You personally invite 3 people to your house. Do you understand how much money this is right here? This is right here. This would be your second sale. This would be your third sale, which passes to your sponsor. And this is your 4th sale, what goes to you. This right here is like $8K. And this right here is like $8K. $8,000. Tell me the last time, if you have network marketing experience, where you can close a room of 6 people and make $16,000. Think about that. When was the last time you can close a room of 6 people and you can make $16,000, right? Give or take. Fees, it's actually more because it's 46. It's actually 4625 times 2, which is like almost 9 grand. It's like $9,000, right? Now this is only up to you, maybe your 6th sale. After that, it's every 5th. So you make even more. You make even more. So, looking at this, if you want to do home parties, so be it. If you want to, if you really want to just drive it down, so be it. So here's what I recommend you do right now. As we get ready to launch the 72-hour package, I recommend you start doing a buzz. You start doing a buzz, you start prepping your list, and you start just shooting videos, and you just be real. Just be real. Get back engaged. Because when this thing launches, a 72-hour window, being able to monetize on a first sale pass up, after looking historically at different numbers from different companies and knowing our numbers at 1.7, you will have the largest pay day, pay week, pay month if you follow. Drive it in, don't spam, be a human being, and just care about people, because now you have such a huge monetary incentive to work with them. So, my name is Lawrence Tam. Hit me up if you have any questions. You know where to find me. Find me on Facebook, and let's drive it in depth, one by one if necessary, because each person could basically pay your house, your car note, and your groceries all at one time with one customer. Peace.